I love having most of that on my phone. It makes it so much easier.
Are you out of focus at all?
Maybe a little bit. My camera's not where it's usually supposed to be looking.
Wow. Okay, so we're just going to run through them. We're going to begin with Radio Voice, Will.
Welcome to the Will and Dave Show, where we talk about hard things, whether it's comfortable or not. We think these conversations are necessary and important, so we think that having different opinions is crucial to healthy discourse. So please, sit back and enjoy the show.
We're up to Western, Will.
Welcome to the Will and Dave Show, where we talk about hard things, whether it's comfortable or not. We think those conversations are necessary and important. We think that having different opinions is crucial to a healthy discourse. So saddle up and enjoy the fireside chat. Thank you, Sam Elliott.
That's right. Okay, we're on to chocolate orange, Will.
Okay, here we go.
Welcome to the Will and Dave Show, where we talk about hard things, whether it's comfortable or not. We think these conversations are necessary and important. We think that having different opinions is crucial to a healthy discourse. So please, sit back, unwind, and enjoy the show.
Beautiful. French Will. Or in my notes,
Yes,
PP Will.
PP Will.
Welcome to the Will and Dave Show, where we talk about hard things, whether it is comfortable or not. We think these conversations are necessary and important. We think that having different opinions is crucial to a healthy discourse. So please, sit back, get comfortable, and enjoy.
Comfortable.
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 Okay, now we're up to Scott's Will from
Glasgow.
Welcome to the Will and Dave Show, where we talk about hard things, whether it's comfortable or not. We think these conversations are necessary and important. We think that having different opinions is crucial to a healthy discourse. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Okay, next up is Mr. Doubtfire.
Hello! Welcome to the Will and Dave Show, where we talk about hard things, whether it's comfortable or not. We think these conversations are necessary and important. We think that having different opinions is crucial to a healthy discourse. So please, sit back and enjoy the drive-by fruiting.
And bonus points if they get the reference. 70s Beatles.
Oh, right.
Welcome to the Will and Dave Show, where we talk about hard things, whether it's comfortable or not. We think these conversations are important and necessary. We think that having different opinions is groovy and crucial to a healthy discourse. So sit back and enjoy the show, baby.
Okay, Canadian Redneck.
Welcome to the Will and Dave Show, where we talk about hard things, whether it's comfortable or not. We think these conversations are necessary and important. We think that having different opinions is crucial to a healthy discourse. So sit back and enjoy the show, eh?
Well, William.
Welcome to the Will and Dave Show, everybody. I always get really awkward watching myself, like watching it back. I don't generally watch whole episodes of our show. I only watch bits that I need to if we need to go back and watch things, because I really get awkward. And having to listen to myself do silly things like that was doubly so. Doubly so.
So it may have been awkward, except it's one of the cool things about this show is that one of us is able to do voices.
Something
We got
like that.
done the last show, and I was upstairs with your mother, and she said he never did the Russian voice. I'm like, no,
It's true,
we
I didn't. I thought about it, but it's an option. We'll
so
see.
maybe for your mother, you should do it right now.
Oh God, I don't have my.
See, you do have your notes.
I do have my notes. Hey, let me think.
I could add this one in the mix.
Okay, you ready? You ready for this?
I'm ready.
Welcome to Will and Dave Show, where we talk about hard things, whether it's comfy or not. We think these conversations are necessary and difficult. We think that having different opinions is crucial to healthy discourse. So please, sit back and enjoy the show. Comrade.
Oh gosh.
I don't think anyone enjoys gulags.
Is it gulags or goulash? Enjoy the goulash.
Galoshes are boots.
I know.
Gulags are the work camps.
Yeah, I know what it is. The gulags is where everybody used to stay when I had my camp.
Mm-hmm.
So a friend of
So
mine.
welcome to the.
Oh.
Go ahead.
No,
No,
go
go
ahead.
ahead. Go ahead.
friend of
say-
mine reached out to me this past week, and just reminded me of some of the good old days of the gulag. It was kind of fun. So I was just gonna make conversation. But
Welcome to the Will and Dave Show.
where we
Today's a
really
little
need your
goofy.
support.
Yeah. If you'd like to support the show as we learn and grow and build this podcast from the ground up, you can do so at www. Or no, you don't have to www. Just
No.
buymeacoffee.com/Will and Dave Show. For the price of a cup of coffee, you can help support the show. Tonight, speaking of growing and evolving the podcast, that's what we're going to talk about tonight. As we're kind of not taking on any hard topics over the holiday break here. We're kind of sitting back, taking a look at our show and revamping our intro for one. And
I'm
tonight
gonna
we're going to
rephrase
discuss
that.
kind of what we want to do with it.
I'm going to rephrase that. We are actively avoiding hard topics over the holidays.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm still reading about them every now and then, but I've
Yes.
had points where I'm like looking at my phone and be like, you know what? Nah.
Yeah, we are
Put it away.
actively avoiding anything with the C word. We're actively avoiding anything with politics. Just, yeah.
Even though that's kind of our bread and butter, we're just like, screw it.
Who
For
needs
2
bread and
weeks,
butter?
screw it.
And mac and cheese, baby. This is all about mac and cheese. Comfort food.
Nashville vegetable.
That's right. I'm surprised you remember that.
I do remember that. I mean, it's one of the best pieces of food advice ever. Mac and cheese is a vegetable.
That is correct. Only in the South. So
Only.
So yes, and we do have a few other sponsors we should mention. Number one is Stitched by Susan and her her podcast, which is just absolutely amazing. And yours truly got to be a guest on her podcast a couple weeks ago.
Really?
Yes, it was.
I didn't even know that.
It was a David and Susan episode,
Show?
a Susan and David episode of Measure Twice, Cut Once.
Good advice for sewing and carpentry.
Where all great podcasts are found, you will find Measure Twice, Cut Once. With
It's funny.
Stitched by Susan.
I've mentioned our podcast a couple of times to people, and they're like, "Oh, where do we listen to it?" And I was like, "Well, where do you usually listen to podcasts?" And they're like, "Well, on like Apple Podcasts, like we're there." Oh, I was like, we're on Spotify too. And people seem surprised that you can just have a podcast there, and we do, and you can. It's really not that insanely difficult.
It's one of
anywhere
the joys
that you
of
find
technology.
podcasts.
Yeah,
everywhere that you listen to podcasts within reason. You know, a little bootleg site, we might not be there, but everywhere that's mainstream, we're there, baby.
We are listed on like 130 different podcast sites.
Yeah.
So
you can get your fix, peeps.
So along with our show, you will also find Susan's show. And I have to give her a plug because her show is way more soothing, calming, just all over. It's better.
You don't think my voices are soothing and calming?
I do think your voices are soothing and calming. I just have to yank them out of you with a tractor. So
Too true.
So yes, and then the other one is your boss.
Yeah.
Is our other
Northern
sponsor.
Truss.
Yeah.
Northern Truss is a fine truss provider up here in the North Peace. Building their community is their tagline, and it's true. Honestly, Mallory takes a very active stance in working with his community and with the people that he builds his trusses for, and with his employees. I can genuinely say he is the best boss I've ever had, and I'm not just saying that because he's my sponsor or my boss. I did, and sorry, he's better than you. I mean, he's there. That's a help. But yeah, no, amazing company, amazing boss.
That's awesome.
I'm slightly biased, but I don't care.
So as a piece of trivia about Mallory, I was up there over the holidays for like 3 days or 4 days. I had to visit my grandson. And he tried to pay me for sponsoring the show. I'm like, yeah, no, that ain't going to happen. And he said, I have to pay you because you mention me every show. I said, yeah, but we have like 3 viewers. And he says, no, I have to pay you. And so he gave me, I can't remember how much money it was, and I left it on his desk. And then he would come back 2 minutes later, you need to take this money. I think in the end we negotiated it half of what he originally had offered me. But so now we have enough for 3 coffees.
3 whole coffees.
3 whole coffees, yep.
Next time you're up and we actually have time to take those coffees and get them.
No, when I come up there, he's going to buy us coffee on top of that. Because
okay, perfect.
When we were there, we weren't able to go for coffee because we had to take coffee to go, which meant we sat in his living room and drank coffee, which is
rough life.
Not the same. No, not the same. But
it's not the same as having your coffee over at A&W. All the other old people.
Or anywhere. Oh man, yeah, the old people in A&W. I think
if it weren't for COVID, it'd still be a thing. When dining rooms were open, it was right back to normal.
You had to say the word.
Oh God, blessed.
You had.
I'm sorry.
The word.
Right. This is going to be a learning curve. This is going to take effort.
New Year's resolution, baby.
No more C word.
No more.
To get
Whole
to
new
the actual
connotation to that now.
yeah, to get to the actual meat and potatoes of what this episode's supposed to be, which is talking
Yes.
about the new year. Speaking of the new year, we have plans. We do actually, believe it or not. We're going to do our first series. We don't actually know how long the series is going to go yet, but we're going to do our first series.
What's the series on, Will?
So we're going to, we're going to utilize a mixture of things to try and rub the algorithm the right way. A, not talking about hyper controversial topics like the pandemic that's happening right now, but we're going to go find content. To use as an example, Tucker Carlson's old show Crossfire. We're going to find content that kind of does something similar to what we do, where people from opposing viewpoints, politically speaking, are debating or talking about a topic from those opposing viewpoints and trying to find middle ground, common ground, and have a healthy discourse. Right. And we're going to go find some content like that, and we're going to react to it. Now, react to it sounds, I feel like that's like YouTube junk food, and it sounds kind of crass and cheap. But it's more like we're going to watch it. We're going to compare how they're doing things to how we want to do things, how they're interacting. Right. It's going to be less about arguing the points they're talking about, although I'm sure we'll do that too, and more looking at
we're going to argue
how
still?
They manage it. Oh, probably.
Oh, good. Oh, good. We can't get away from that.
And the beauty of it is almost all of the content that we're picking for this series, this segment that we're going to do, is pre-pandemic.
Yes.
So it won't come up. We can easily avoid it,
except
or reasonably
for when you
easily
slip up and say the word.
Yeah, except for that. But hopefully there won't be many instances where I would feel the need to say the word, because we're going to be talking about topics that are just completely ahead of that, or behind that rather.
New Year's resolution: how not to say the C word.
Yeah. But yeah, so the idea is to spend a couple of weeks doing
that.
that.
Has fallen.
All right.
When we started the show, it was how not to swear. And now we're realizing that using these hot words actually hurts the algorithm more than swearing.
Yeah. And that's the other thing we're going to try and do with these episodes, is by avoiding that topic, we're going to try and, again, kind of cozy up to the algorithm and hopefully get out there a little bit more. Hopefully have our videos pushed a little bit more by the website itself.
As I know it's hard to imagine, but there really is a whole world outside of these few items on the news cycle.
I know, right? Who knew?
Yeah, there is a...
It'll be interesting, because we'll also be touching on topics that, say 5-10 years ago were super hot button topics, and we can look at them now sort of in a sort of retrospective and see how did it turn out. The things they're talking about, well, what if this happens or this happens? We can actually see what's happened. And so we can also hit those topics from a different angle in that respect as well.
That's right.
And see if everyone's fears and concerns actually came true.
And we're going to
do some of the shows, some of the shows will be directly political. Some of them will be kind of pseudo-political.
Right.
But yeah, we're looking forward. We've got at least 3 lined up. I think I've gotten picked out. And obviously we're not just going to be watching the whole episode start to finish. We're going to pick some favorite parts. We don't want to get nailed by the content police. It is going to be transformative. We're not just going to watch it and yeah through it. We'll be breaking it up with creative commentary, making it transformative.
So I have lived my whole life
mm-hmm.
with no interactions in a negative way with the police.
Mm-hmm.
My whole life. I have gone through and I have been happily above the law, so to speak. I never worry about being stopped and pulled into a police station.
Mm-hmm.
Now in my 50s, I'm worried about the content police. What is wrong with this picture? I'm old. I've been good. I'm not a bad guy.
You said a bad word on the internet, David.
That's right. Lots of them, apparently.
FBI, open up!
It's the
I don't
NSA
know if the thumping came through on my.
Oh, it did. I'm hearing every bounce of the springs. It is a It's the NSA now, not the FBI.
No, whatever. It's a meme, Dave.
How little our life has amounted to when we measure it in memes. I was at a dinner table the other day, and the conversation was, have you seen this meme? Have you seen that meme? Have you seen the other meme? And you realize it is so through every level of society.
Yeah, but I think that's, I mean, yes, with how easy it is to access things like that.
Well, and
But
to
I feel
make
like,
them.
and to make them, but I feel like once upon a time, or you pick any era before us, there was usually some kind of commonly shared knowledge within groups. Whether it's like if you and your friends are big into comedy, like when Eddie Murphy's big comedy special, whatever it was called, came out back when he was
Raw.
wearing like the full, yeah, Raw. When that
Raw.
came out, I'm assuming everyone that enjoyed comedy was, have you seen Raw? They'll talk about Raw. It's a kind of shared experience. And now we have memes, which are kind of in its own way shared experience because they kind of connect everything in a weird way.
But the
Does that make
difference
sense?
is, in the old days, if you had a meme you wanted to share, light a fire, had a stick in the fire until it was charred. Then you go on a rock wall and you scribble it on a rock wall. And then you hope your friends show up before it rains and washes it off the rock wall. Then then a little while later from that, I go and I find a huge rock, and I get another rock and I hit it together, and I chisel out a meme of something.
Kind of dating yourself there, Dave.
And now we just have to do it on our smartphones and say, "Hey, have you seen?" And then it goes out to 4 million people. Well, in our case, only 3, but
yeah. I mean, I was kind of coming into the internet after this, but like email chains and emailing jokes back and forth to people. That was something that used to happen once upon a time.
I still get
But
the Prince of Saudi Arabia who wants to give me $11 million. So email
yeah,
is alive and well.
yeah. But it was more difficult to do back then. Now you can just do it with your phone and it takes seconds. And creating memes is even easier.
Yeah,
It used to be you had to actually use some sort of photo editing software. Now you can. There's a bajillion programs.
that's right.
Hell, most programs like Instagram have their own way of making them built in.
Speaking
So
of
it's
history, this is
mhm.
apropos of nothing. You just reminded me of it.
Oh boy,
I don't know who reminded me of it.
that was a good word. Good word, Dave.
What, apropos?
Yeah, nice. A plus.
Sweet. I get an A+ from Will for my
You
vocabulary.
do. Good job.
For Christmas, I got the 3 volumes of Pinky and the Brain.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going through, and one of the episodes is he's going to take over all the voicemail systems, so everything leads to Brain. Press 1 for this, and 2 for that, and 4 for the other thing, and they all end up at the Brain. I'm going to take over the world.
My favorite was always buying all the real estate above the 21st floor
Yes,
and then melting the polar ice caps so that everything below the 21st floor was flooded. It was like, that's great.
And for those of you who have never seen the show,
Do yourself a favor.
do yourself
Go watch
a favor.
Pinky and the Brain.
Yes. In the U.S., it's on Hulu. I don't know if it's on anything in Canada, but it is. It's an adult themed, except it's not adult content. Does that make sense?
the jokes, the animation will
Yes.
make kids happy, but the jokes will make adults happy.
Yes. It just has. We were watching Around the World in 80 Narfs.
Lord Narf, I'm what brain lump at something shire. Can still repeat this stuff.
I know.
I'll be with you, Pinky, as soon as the oxygen reaches my skull.
Yes. And then we're sitting there, and Alex, your brother, and Allison was there, and we're playing one, and the song that comes on about the brain, the areas of the brain, and
Mhm.
everybody just brainstem, and they jump in at the appropriate parts, as it was so integral to your childhood.
Yep.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Oh yeah.
So that is the level of our entertainment of what the Will and Dave show is going to be.
Yeah, we've got so much more that we can do besides talking about the pandemic. And while that stuff's still relevant, and we're still going to talk about it in the future someday, we're taking a break from it.
Yes.
We're going to talk about other things. Maybe we will do. Maybe we'll do a bit on Pinky and the Brain, and it's strangely adult, but not like NC like R-rated. It didn't have to be graphic to be adult.
Right.
And how it like with its writing, it like to push the buttons of
Right.
middle-aged folks and the struggles they're dealing with in the late 90s or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And other
You're
fun
dating
stuff like
yourself,
that.
Will. You're
A little
dating
bit.
yourself when you remember stuff about the late 90s.
Well, it's weird because I was the kid watching Pinky and the Brain, and I can remember the quotes. And now as an adult, I remember the quotes. I'm like, oh,
That's
that
what
takes
that
on
meant.
all new meaning now. As a kid, I just repeated it because it sounded funny because
That's
Pinky
right.
said it. But now as an adult, it makes more sense.
Yeah.
Sometimes hurts a little bit, but makes
Are
more
you
sense.
pondering what I'm pondering, Pinky?
I think so, Brain. Where are we going to find rubber pants our size?
And that's the one that every one of us does. So yeah,
Uh,
so we just want to lighten the mood a little bit. It seemed like
yeah.
every episode it was this heavy, dark thing. And that's not us. It isn't our personalities. It's not what we like to do in life.
Uh,
And
yeah. I want this show to be reflective of the interactions that you and I have, which do involve heavy topics. Every
yes.
now and then we'll have an argument over a heavy topic, and the show will do the same. But we fell into a rut of everything had to have some great meaning or great purpose behind it.
Right.
And I love the idea of occasional pointless episodes. Oh yeah, top crypto very light. I always wanted to be a crypto bro. Now I can do it on a podcast because I want to go for pandemic white guy boredom bingo.
So we have had a number of people who have watched our show, and everybody who makes a comment and spells it wrong gets hammered.
Mm-hmm.
CRYPTO. Crypto. CRY. If I can use large words, other people. So that's my neighbor, Jeff. I love Jeff. I can't believe he's actually watching the show. Thank you, Jeff, for commenting
Thank
on
you,
the
Jeff.
show. I love you,
And we
but
could
you
talk
are
about the
not
virtues of hot tub.
above the spamming for misspelling.
Just
It is-
wait for the second one.
I'm not even going to go there.
We could talk about the virtues of hot tubs. We could talk about how much I love the idea of owning a hot tub, but I never will because it is so much work for something that you'll use. Like most people that I know use them so rarely, kind of like ATVs. They spend lots of money on an ATV and only use it a handful of times every year. I could never
Right.
justify that. I
Well,
mean, we did out at the farm.
I have an ATV and I use it once every 2 years.
I'm not laughing at you. Actually, I'm laughing at Jeff. Your joke, your comment's funny too.
I know, I'm putting Jeff's up on the screen.
You know what? If there was a way to watch the Will and Dave show, that right there is it. In the hot tub, hopefully with a drink in hand.
I was just over with Jeff and I was helping him set the hot tub up. So
Yeah.
Oh,
Now
man.
I'm just jealous. I love the idea of owning a hot tub.
Yes. See, I thought a
Oh.
way to own a hot tub and save money
What?
is you run the electrical outlet into your neighbor's outlet on the side of their house, as they do eat a lot of power.
Oh yeah, tons.
So you run around the corner, just plug into their outlet, and then it doesn't cost you as much.
I'm just thinking like
There's your
the
tip
effort
from the
required
Will
to
and Dave show,
keep the
Jeff.
water, keep the water at the right level of chlorine, etc. What is it? The right pH value or whatever it is you have to do to it. I can't remember. That takes some level of effort. Too much
It
effort.
does take some level of effort.
I'll just go spend $4 when I want to go use the hot tub, and I'll just go to the pool.
Ooh, I don't know about that anymore. I used to do that, and then I got old. I have a thing about, no, I can't.
I don't follow. I mean, obviously they're gross, but
It's other people, and you don't know.
I like going on off-peak hours. You go on like a weekday evening, and you go at like the very tail end or the very beginning of Public Swim when the kids haven't shown up yet because they're all running late or going home early.
So just that word right there, that it's a public swim,
Mm-hmm.
it just envisions lots of stories of little boys, little girls who go in there and pee in the pool, and there ain't no blue dye.
Oh, yeah. But-
and
What?
I don't know. I just saw it. I'm not sure.
I'm gonna Google it. Watch me use the power of the internet.
You Google that and see what you come up with. Is it a kind of hot tub?
I do not know.
2 glugs of bleach, very scientific. Isn't that what the man with orange hair recommended for that other word? 2
There we
glugs of
go.
bleach, fix anything you got.
I have no idea what that's supposed to mean.
I don't know. Hey, Noreen, if that was a typo, you want to You want to fix it? If not, that's all right. Yeah, so anyways, we don't want to spend a whole lot of time on this evening. We just wanted to lay out the outline for what we're thinking of, as there's a lot happening.
Give me half second, Dave.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm finding out about that link. Yeah. So it is spam, and it is a potentially dangerous link. So I'm going to quickly.
Hi, Bander.
Well, first, not just that. I'm going to go nuke the comment.
Oh, okay.
Do.
It's done.
I can't see any comp. There we go. Oh, it deleted it for us when you banned her.
Sweet.
Perfect.
Sorry, Noreen, you have been banned. Have we ever used the ban hammer before?
This is the first time. I'm kind of happy.
Animation. I'm gonna get an animation with the ban hammer. Bam, bam, bam.
You just get the TikTok bonk hammer, and
you are the weakest link. Goodbye.
It's probably just someone's account that got compromised, and somebody's spamming links on every video they can.
Probably.
Probably a bot.
Yep.
Internet.
Oh, a modern day first world problem.
Yeah.
And now I don't know what I was going to say.
I have no idea.
I was going off on bleach and jugging bleach.
I think it's a great note to close things out on.
Yeah.
It's not a big episode tonight. We just wanted to shoot the shit and talk about what we're planning on doing. Talk about where we're going to go.
Yeah.
We're going to lighten things up.
So on the way out, we're going to end with the voices again for the show opener. We would like
I'd love feedback.
Your vote and your feedback as you listen as to which one will be the main one. Odds are we'll do multiples of them over the course of the show, but we would like your vote on this. So here is, in closing, here are the possible new show openers. Okay, so we're just going to run through them. We're going to begin with Radio Voice, Will.
Welcome to the Will and Dave Show, where we talk about hard things, whether it's comfortable or not. We think these conversations are necessary and important, so we think that having different opinions is crucial to healthy discourse. So please, sit back and enjoy the show.
We're up to Western, Will.
Welcome to the Will and Dave Show, where we talk about hard things, whether it's comfortable or not. We think those conversations are necessary and important. We think that having different opinions is crucial to a healthy discourse. So saddle up and enjoy the fireside chat. Thank you, Sam Elliott. That's right.
Okay, we're on to Chocolate Orange, Will.
Okay, here we go.
Welcome to the Will and Dave Show, where we talk about hard things, whether it's comfortable or not. We think these conversations are necessary and important. We think that having different opinions is crucial to a healthy discourse. So please, sit back, unwind, and enjoy the show. Beautiful.
French, Will. Or in my notes,
yes.
PP Will.
PP Will.
Welcome to the Will and Dave Show, where we talk about hard things, whether it is comfortable or not. We think these conversations are necessary and important. We think that having different opinions is crucial to a healthy discourse. So please, sit back, get comfortable, and enjoy.
Comfortable.
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 Okay, now we're up to Scott's Will from
Glasgow.
Welcome to the Will and Dave Show, where we talk about hard things, whether it's comfortable or not. We think these conversations are necessary and important. We think that having different opinions is crucial to a healthy discourse. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Okay, next up is Mr. Doubtfire.
Hello! Welcome to the Will and Dave Show, where we talk about hard things, whether it's comfortable or not. We think these conversations are necessary and important. We think that having different opinions is crucial to a healthy discourse. So please, sit back and enjoy the drive-by fruiting.
And bonus points if they get the reference. 70s Beatles.
Oh, right.
Welcome to the Will and Dave Show, where we talk about hard things, whether it's comfortable or not. We think these conversations are important and necessary. We think that having different opinions is groovy and crucial to a healthy discourse. So sit back and enjoy the show, baby.
Okay, Canadian redneck.
Welcome to the Will and Dave Show, where we talk about hard things, whether it's comfortable or not. We think these conversations are necessary and important. We think that having different opinions is crucial to a healthy discourse. So sit back and enjoy the show, eh?
Well, William, if we can get the votes of our audience so we can choose a voice, and we will come back next week and have a brand new show opener.
The other question is, what day are we going to do the show on next week? Because Saturday is New Year's Eve again.
Ooh.
So do we want to do it New Year's Day?
Why don't we come back in 2 weeks and do it and miss a week?
We can do that too.
Let's do that.
Okay.
Because our
Take a week
audience
break.
of 2 can take a week break. So
They'll survive.
they will survive without the Will and Dave Show abuse. So we will be, if I can speak, we will be back on the air in 2 weeks. That's this many. 2 weeks. And William, do you have any words of wisdom for our fine viewers / listeners?
I do. Stay safe, don't die, and have a good night.
Happy New Year.